The crazy Bitcoin bull market continues, fueled by extreme greed. Gold seems to be taking a breather, or do I go up? Do I go down? I don't know. Silver just doesn't really know whether it should go up. Does it follow along, or do I just stay where I am? The S&P 500 is pushing for another new weekly high. The UK 100 looks like it's about to explode after being told it's going to have billions invested into it, into their health system and their nuclear power system and full digitalization of their health system as well. So if you've just heard on the news, we've got this crazy bull market going on right now, and prices are going to keep going and everyone is going to get super, super rich. Stand by, because it might just reverse at any one time. Now, if you are new to the market, it's a really great thing to learn when to get in and when to get out, and to try and control your emotions and always use logic, reason and rationality when making a decision about buying or selling any stock. With that said, I am not a financial advisor. I am not a professional trader. I'm just literally doing this with my own assets, my own money. But I'm just a person basically sat in front of a screen talking to a microphone about red and green candles going up and down. All right. But if you are interested in listening to what I do with my money, what I do with my portfolio, and what I think is going to happen in the market, then please feel free to continue watching, and maybe you might take something from what I do, or maybe you might have something to give back to help me to change my way of thinking about the market. So now, with all that out the way, let me introduce myself. My name's David Thorne, and as I said, I'm not a professional trader. And if you want to listen to me talk about what I think is going to happen in the market today, and just my general thoughts, then feel free to sit back, put your feet up, get yourself a coffee maybe, and let's jump straight into what the market did yesterday. All right, let's get started. So I'm a man of routine. I absolutely love structure. I love routine. I love doing the same thing every single day over and over again. And so what I do when I sit down in the morning, I probably get up at about 5:30, 5:45 every single day, get myself under the shower, get myself ready to sit at the computer to have a look at what the market looks like, whether I can get in or get out of anything or that's happened during the night in the Asia session. And so once I come to the computer, I have a quick look at Bitcoin to see what it's doing, what the weekly candle looks like. And I just jump to like the 15 and see, right, what is it roughly done during the night? All right. And then I can see, okay, and here I see it's gone sideways during the night. All right. It's like making a range here. So I'm like not panicking. I definitely don't want to get in right now, because we want to see whether it's going up or whether it's going down. We'll have a look at these lines shortly. All right. But yeah, whether it's going up or whether it's going down. And but then the next thing I do is I come over to the greed and fear index to see what this number says. And right now you can see we're in extreme greed, and we can scroll down a little bit and we can see that we've got 88 today. We had 81, 81, 82, 79, 84, 81, 82, and then 75, and then we had 90. So we can see that over the past week and a little bit longer, it's been moving towards the very, very extreme greed. And are we going to get another 90 or high 90s in this? Because we haven't had a high 90 or mid 90s right now. But I also then look at another fear and greed index, but this is more than the one to do with the stocks and so on, to see how this is going, see what the sentiment in the market is with the stocks and the put and call options and so on. So I just generally have a look at this and see how it's going, because you ultimately want to be buying at extreme fear, because that's where everything is cheap, and you want to be selling at extreme greed. Did I just say that right? We want to be buying at extreme fear and selling at extreme greed. All right, you don't want to be buying at extreme greed and extreme fear. Now, the one thing that I've also learned from experience is that when we look at this here, is it tends to linger around extreme greed for a little bit amount of time. So like panicking, jumping in to do something. It's on the extreme greed, I'm going to sell now. You have to wait for it to linger. You have to wait for it to say, yeah, I am extremely greedy right now, right? because the likelihood is it's going to go up even further, right, and make a new high and then make another new high. So it's really important that you stay calm and you go, okay, it made a new high, but let's see if it can make another new high. All right, and that's the whole point of watching other people's greed. You know, see how greedy they can get. Because remember, if you're selling, right, someone's got to be buying. We'll get into that later. Someone's selling, someone's got to be buying. So you want to be selling to them at the highest possible price. And if that person is willing to pay even more, then wait and let them buy it for even more. All right. So this is what I do first of all. I look at the weekly chart. I see how gold is getting on. I see how silver's getting on. I look at the exchange rates and stuff. I look at the yields and I go, okay, well, I now got a rough understanding of what's going on in the market. I then have a quick look at Google Trends, right? And I just search for Bitcoin, and I look at like 30 days first of all, because it's a bit of a lagging thing that they don't update it all the time. And you can see here that the people are not really, they search massively for Bitcoin on the 28th of Feb and on the 5th of March and a little bit on the 11th and so on. But generally speaking, the search for Bitcoin is going down. And when you look at the countries here, I mean, you know, I'm British, so I'm like, let's have a look where UK comes. It's 20 on the list, it's 28. So there's not really much interest over the world right now for Bitcoin. Yes, El Salvador is, but that's a country that's completely taken on Bitcoin. So I would expect it to be there. Switzerland, you know, is always in the middle somewhere, and Netherlands or Holland is always quite liberal, so I'm kind of expecting them to be searching stuff. But you see African countries here, Austria, Germany, this is 50s, this is just like average. So I don't see many people searching for stuff right now for Bitcoin. So, and you can notice that in the videos, the views and so on, the comments, they go up and they down, they fluctuate. So let's get rid of that now and get rid of that. Next, I search on YouTube for Crypto to see whether he posted a video over the night time, right? And this guy is quite accurate when he says stuff. He normally gets it. He normally gets the tops and he normally gets the bottom. He normally gets the breakouts as well. And he's quite good for posting his videos. And so you just need to look out for his videos. And I always listen to you. There's maybe like one or two sentences in what he says that you have to listen to. So, but that takes a little bit of time to work that out, of how to interpret him. Next, we just need to look at this and think, is it going to go any higher? And let's use our human pattern recognition to say, hey, is this going any higher? Well, let's come back over to here and see what picture we can paint from this. And we go to the 3rd of March, where we've got this huge buying power constantly going up, making bigger candles, bigger candles, bigger candles. And then we had a dump, right? But now you see like these candles are all small. Every now and again we get a surge up and down, but then small. A bit of a surge up and down, a bit of a surge, but all the candles are small with longer wicks all the time. This is a sign of that there's, on a daily basis, there's uncertainty about where the price should be, but long term there is the trend, should we say, is moving up. Now, what I also want to point out, right, is that if at school when you're doing or when learning maths, you learn about slope, right? Look at the slope on this. This is a high slope, so it's the trend is very high. The price is increasing very fast. Now this one, the slope is decreased, so it means that there isn't so much velocity in the price moving up. So you can see that over time, the slope is gradually reducing. So what we're interested to see is when the slope is at 0, okay? Because then we know, like here, that the slope literally went to 0 here. It went sideways, and then it went up really mad, and went 0 again, and went up mad, 0 again, and up, like I say, a 45-degree angle. So the question is when will we see the slope changing from like a parabolic slope, or a nearly vertical slope, to then a horizontal slope, to then possibly see a downward slope. So this is something to really look at, and we will look out in the videos up and coming over the next couple of days. But from Monday I'm on holiday, so I won't be making videos next week. So this is really something to look into. But overall, if we look at my sell orders here, I've moved my sell orders yesterday morning to 68,000 because I was like, well, this is going to go up, so I'm not going to sell there. That would seem a little bit crazy to sell there. And because it made a new high yesterday. Is that yesterday? Yes, it made a new high yesterday. And it looks like, whilst we're literally filming, it looks like we're going to make a new high probably now. Maybe if this has got the strength to push through, I'd see it breaking straight through this. Possibly. What we got? How many minutes we got left? We got 40. Oh, I don't know. Let's go to the 5-minute chart and see what pattern this is painting. 31 seconds left. Let's go to the minute chart. But you see, there's not lots of volume in here because the price of Bitcoin is scattered. It's moving everywhere. So you see this low volume. When you see this high volume, you see the prices all stick together, and they're literally the open and closes of candles are directly next to, or the open of the one candle is directly next to the close of the other candle. But because you see there's not lots of volume, it's scattering around. So when there's low volume, there is high volatility, and when there's high volume, there is low volatility. And yes, the price can move up or down really high, but that's so you can see here, I think it could just suddenly spike through this right now, but I'm not going to, I am speculating, but that's, part and parcel of it. But it looks like it could just come up and touch this line, I reckon. So the question is when should you buy, right? This is what you came to the video for, or you might have come to the video for when should you sell. Well, you can see quite transparently that I'm at the moment going to sell a small portion at 68,000, and in all fairness, if I see this spike through right now, we've got 8 o'clock. So the European market has just opened, or the Frankfurt market has just opened, and we've got 9 o'clock. Is the London Exchange open. We tend to see prior to 8 o'clock. Let's just go back down to the 5-minute candle again. We tend to see a pattern occurring right now. Is prior to 8 o'clock some strong candles, but we started to see that at 6 o'clock. So it might be that I've learned that you shouldn't buy the open. You should do the opposite of buying the open and wait to see. So I tend to like to wait until 9 o'clock to see what the London market says. Do they agree with what Asia did? Is Asia the one collecting everything for then the London market to sell it all off, or which order is it going in? But my overall thoughts right now on here is that it could come and touch this line, right? And it could come and break through. But there's also a high likelihood that it gets rejected by this, comes down a little bit, and then could come and try it again. So I would assume that we'll see. I mean, I will if it breaks through this nice and easy, and over the coming, like, say 15-20 minutes, if it pushes easy towards 68,000, I will move this order probably up 250, or I might move it to 69. We'll see, but it depends upon how it goes between now and 9 o'clock for me to make this decision. Okay, let's now get on into the buying part, right? If you're new to Bitcoin, you've managed to wait this long already for me to talk. Should you buy Bitcoin right now? Bitcoin is overpriced, right? It was overpriced here, and so it's even more overpriced relative to there. And we can say that again, that this is even more overpriced from an overpriced standpoint. And this here is even more overpriced, right? I don't care whether they're saying, oh, the ETFs, this, that, and the other, banks are coming in, institutions are coming, all of this. I don't care. The world follows a couple of rules, right? And when something is overpriced, it needs to be sold off until it's oversold, and then it comes to find some equilibrium. That is exactly how human nature works. And economics and all other stocks, they are not special. It's always going to happen like that. And banks and institutions that have the power to move this market with a flick of their finger, right? When they get greedy and they see that everyone else is greedy, they move the market, they manipulate the market to push it up and up and up to make you think you're going to be rich. So if someone is buying, someone has to be selling on the other side. It doesn't work any different, right? They have to be selling on the other side. And I just want you to take note of this whilst I'm talking. You know, I'm looking at this market right now and I'm not panicking. I'm not going buy. Listen to me. I'm talking on the microphone and it's 8 o'clock and I'm watching this market. I'm not panicking. I'm not going, I've got to buy. Do you see me buying Bitcoin right now? No, because I'm taking the time out to make this video to say, I don't need to, I've got the money in the bank to buy this right now, but I don't need to buy it because it's overpriced. I'm waiting for it to go down. So this is what you got to understand is that if I'm buying Bitcoin, who is selling it? And are they making a profit out of me? Right? Or are they capitulating? Now, if they're capitulating, then I think, well, wait a minute. Are they selling it because they don't want to lose their money? Right? So why am I buying it from someone who doesn't want to lose their money? Surely I should be thinking, maybe I can get it even cheaper if I wait a week. Maybe they'll sell it to me cheaper next week. If I say, maybe I'll come back next week and see how it's going. Or can you do a better price? I'll buy it to if you give it to me a better price. If they're capitulating, they'll give you any discount that you want because they want to get out of the position, right? So these are thoughts that you need to go through your mind. Are the people capitulating right now, or are the people having extreme greed? Well, in this case, we already saw the extreme fear and greed, or the fear and greed indicators, and they say that we've got extreme greed in the market right now. So don't go and buy Bitcoin when it's overpriced. You wouldn't buy a loaf of bread if someone said, I'm going to sell you a loaf of bread for $5. And it's like, dude, literally the shop who made bread down the road is world-class baker and they're selling it for 50 cents. Why would I want to spend 8 times more on your bread when I can buy the bread there? Yeah, just because, right? This is not how economics work. So now we can see the price going through, right? But the question right now is it going to pop through to this 68,000? Does it have the strength to go through? The likelihood today is it will, all right? That's just based upon my amazing human pattern recognition. Is there's a likelihood it will go even further. Does it have the strength to go higher? Right? Does it have the strength? It will make higher prices. That's for sure. It's made a new high here. But does it have the strength to come out with another big push like this, right? Does it have the strength to come out with another huge push like this? I don't think so, right? It's going to make new highs, but they get smaller. The movements get smaller and smaller and less powerful all the time. Now, this should be an indication that the buying power is weakening. It's weakening and weakening. Every single move, it gets less. It's like you walking up a mountain. If you've ever walked up a mountain before, in the beginning, you're like, let's go, let's get up there as fast as you can. And then you go a kilometer up. This is actually my experience. Go up a kilometer up. You know, only got 1 more kilometer to go. And the first kilometer was super easy. And then the second kilometer, you get like another 400 meters up. You're going, oh, I'm getting tired now. And you've only done 400 meters. And then to do the next 100 meters is even harder than that. And then the next 100 meters even harder. And the final, and this is it, the final 20 meters takes you so long to get up that hill, that mountain, because it's so steep and the air is so thin and your legs are so tired. So this is what you got to understand is when the price gets to a certain peak, there has no energy anymore, right? But if you roll a snowball on the other side of the mountain, in the beginning, it goes a little bit slow, but once it gets momentum, it goes faster again. And what goes up comes down at the same velocity, right? At the same speed. But in this sense, there's lots of pressure behind it. So what goes up here can snap down really quickly, because if people capitulate and they jump on that train, they'll be selling instantly. And this price will literally boom, go down again. All right, so don't buy right now. Have some patience. If you are long term, if you are in this for long term, this is my long term chart. All right. And this line is completely arbitrary, right? We can move it around and so on, wherever you might feel that Bitcoin, what strength it might have. Now, if you think that this is the overbought area, and you're like, well, this area around here looks like it's stable, right? Well, if we go to 2027, we're like, okay, Bitcoin's going to be 48,000, and in then when we're 2030, Bitcoin's going to be 62,000. Well, you don't want to be buying it up here. You want to be buying it down here all the time, right? And you want to be selling it up here and buying it back again. So this is just basic economics, right? Buy low, sell high. Literally the first day, on the first hour of an economics lesson, you will learn buy low, sell high, right? And when someone's buying, the other person's selling. When someone's selling, the other person's buying. And look at this wick. Look at all the buying and selling pressure there. Look, massive wick. Okay, 15 minutes. It's still a nice wick on 15 minutes. What's it look like in half an hour? That's an impressive wick at half an hour, and also the hour. And let's look at the 4 hour. What? Yeah, it sucked it back down on the 4 hour. On the daily one, okay. The daily one has had a push up already, but it sucked it down a little bit. And how's the weekly looking down? Weekly's still looking strong. Okay, so with that said, I hope you've got something out of my video today. If you haven't watched any of my other videos that I've done for the past week, they talk about lots and lots of other things. And if you scroll back until, let's actually do it, shall we? So if we scroll back until the first video, right, which was on the 4th of March, and we look at where the price was then, let's move this away. The price then was on 55,000, right? I was talking about the video on 55,000. Let's now look at it on the 7th. And this one, it was on like 62,000 there. And what we got today, we got 67,000. You see, so over the space of a few days it's gone up, but what goes up must come down. Okay, and I'm 100% that after my holiday I'm going to make a video, and okay, it might be up here, which for me it will be profitable because I will be selling portions of my Bitcoin. But if it goes down, I'll be buying the stuff back again. All right, so watch my other videos for the other price predictions. Now, if you've watched all of my videos already, then you'll know something special's coming. Now, if this is the first time, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. Thank you for all the support that people have been giving my channel over the past weeks. I didn't expect for people to watch these videos so much, to listen to me so much, and I'm really, really grateful for it. And please think about liking the video, subscribing, or even just simply writing in a comment down below telling me, you know, what your thoughts on the video was, or how you got into crypto, why you get into crypto, whether you've had any problems, and so on. And I'm really happy to have a quick discussion with you. All of the stuff I talk about in this video is based upon pure experience, right, of when I bought in the wrong place, and now I'm trying to pass my knowledge on to other people. All right, so what do I think? What is my plan here? What is my long-term plan here? Well, one of my main indicators, initial indicators, is this wick. All right, and I don't care what anyone else says, but the start of this arrow is dynamic, but the close of this arrow is solid. All right, so much so, let's just be fair and move it to be solid where I thought it is coming here. All right, and if this goes even higher, it's still coming here. All right, and in future coming videos, I will look back at this and say I said it every single video. I told you so. All right, and I'm going to leave you with that. It's coming to this one point, and I look forward to a future video going, there it is. Thank you very much for watching. You have a safe and a nice day. My name's David Dawn, and goodbye.